Hey, welcome back. Let's expand the main street building, add a new apartment block, or just a new apartment building to it today. So I'm missing one of the buildings. It's starting to get too big for my building table here. So I already adapted the pet adoption cafe, and I'm knocking stuff off everywhere here, but the pet adoption cafe so that it would actually fit into the main street. I really like it. I like this version of it. And I promised at the beginning of the year that a good send-off for the Lego Friends girls was to make each of them a themed building for here. So I've already made Emma's art studio into, as the base floor here for one of the apartment blocks. But today we're going to put this in here and we are going to build on top of it an apartment building which is going to be Olivia's house. Now no, it's not quite. So this is my renovated version of Olivia's house from 2012. It's had a bit of an overhaul. For some reason there's a bike in the kitchen. That's how we roll around here. But of course I turned her bedroom into the toddler bedroom. It's just massively huge and there's a barbecue area under there and it's just a big carbuncle. But we haven't got one for the reboot. So this is the old version, the OG, the very original Lego Friends Olivia, which came with that house, and her mum, Susan, who came with the 2012 version. But of course we've got a brand new version these days and they never got their own house. And according to the series, they live in an apartment in the middle, like in inner city. So here's the new Olivia, which we're going to use for our apartment building today. I just like this face. Got a bit more interesting expression going on. So look at how far, it always like blows my mind to see how far the mini dolls have come in 10 years. Anyway, she lives with her mum in the apartment block and we've never seen her mum in mini doll form, and making her as a mini doll, because she's a police officer, has been not as easy as I had hoped, and I really didn't want to destroy the pieces I had. And the only good top that would work for this is actually the flight captain top. So we're just gonna, and I've painted her neck, which I can change if I need to, but we're gonna ignore the little flight wings above the pocket because I didn't want to destroy that, because I only have one of these tops and I can't get like a second one anywhere. And for her head, yes, she might look like Mirabelle now, but this is what Olivia's mum looks like if she's wearing big cottagecore round glasses, which she needs. She needs them now. And of course she needs a police officer hat. So this is my version of Olivia's mum, because Lego never gave us one. And I need to get another duplicate of that top so that I can change it over a bit to turn it. I mean, it'll only take the tiniest bit of adapting to turn it into a police officer top. Right, so now we have got Olivia and her mum. Now we got to make them an apartment, an inner city building, like apartment building. This is going to be fun. I'm going to use elements from the original building, but also the new color scheme. So she's got this blue as part of her new color scheme and pink, but not this pale pink. It's normally like the mid-color pink, and I don't like that so much. So we're going to actually use the pale pink, which is what she was in the older version. And yeah, it's going to be like a mix of old style and new style house colors. But I also need this apartment to match in with the style of the rest of the block, of the houses on the block and the shops in the building. So we're going to have an offset window. What do you call them? I don't know. It's broken, right? So we'll fix that up. Okay, so, I don't know what you call it. It's hanging off the edge. The window's hanging off the edge. It's a nice big floor-to-ceiling windowy kind of thing. And we're using different shades of pink for this. And then, just trying to get this plate stuck down nice and firmly. And then, I'm going to use a lot of this pale pink, I think. One, because it rhymes, and two, because I just like the shade. It looks really nice. It's going to go in well. This here is going to be another tall window, but this one's going to be set back into the apartment, and that'll just add some shape to it rather than it just being one big blocky front wall. Whoa. Doing really excellently with speaking today. So because this is like a rendered brick, we're going to put a little bit of the brickwork is unpainted, just to make it look more authentic and just less blocky pink colored. I like this idea. It looks really nice like this. So here we go. We got our couple of windows on the front, and we're going to have boxes. No, plants. We're going to have planter boxes on the front. And I just don't know what colors to use. I'm just going to use a nice mix of a whole load of colors, which will go Okay, because the whole street's just so many colours, so that's fine. These ones don't go too badly. And because on her original house she has a white cat on the banister, on the window box thing, so we're going to just, maybe that's not where that cat should be in the long term, but we're going to put the cat here for now. It's just a little nod to the original. So extending this backwards by a 2x16 plate, because it's going to want it to be the same size as the art gallery, which is deeper than the original Main Street buildings, because I just wanted more space to put stuff on the inside. So, all right, this wall is going to be basically masonry, brick, and this side's going to be the kitchen. So the original kitchen was green, so we can do that. Let's do that. Let's make this kitchen green. And this one, this sticker bit came out of, not one of Olivia's set, I think out of the Ski Lodge set. This is going to be the oven, and I'd like to be able to just take the whole kitchen from the original house and fit it in, but it's so big. Do you remember the fridge from that? It was so big, I could not fit that in here. So we're not going to have that in here, but we are going to have the same sort of sink style. And then if we want to go green around the corner, we'll just use another one of these cabinets, but face it the other way, because this is going to be the corner you can't open any drawers or cupboards here. And then maybe I'll have room for a little bit of a seat, like a high kitchen bench seat on there. I'll have a go in a moment. So on top of the oven, we're going to have the hot plate. And for the rest of the bench top, we're going to put some seemingly randomly placed studs for putting stuff on as we go along. So stuff on the bench top. And now we've got this far in, maybe a backsplash or just a window. Yeah, a line of blue windowing. And then pink along the top. Windowing's totally a verb now. And then a cabinet up nice and high. And I think we could, I know what I want to put in the cabinet. We'll do it in a moment. But first up, let's just finish up this wall now that we know what the kitchen's going to look like from this angle. So we'll just keep putting our masonry brickwork up here, and yeah, that looks good. Okay, all right, so this isn't sitting flat, is it? All right, so let's put into the kitchen some stuff. And this salt and pepper shaker is from the original house, so we'll find a spot in the kitchen for those. They were sitting on top of the fridge in the original house, or on the side of the fridge, on the top of the fridge. And this cereal box actually didn't come out of an Olivia set. This came out of, I think, the Stephanie Jr. house, but this will go really well here. And in the cabinet, we're putting an apple and some red cherries, because that's what was in the fruit bowl in the lounge room in the original house. And a mixing bowl and a mixer, once again out of the house, and in the sink a knife and a fork. And if I could just, let's put in the oven, we can put the baking tray, blue baking tray, and instead of, it used to be a cupcake, but instead of a cupcake, now we're baking cookies. Cookies just, they're much more apartment fare than cupcakes. And I can't fit the blue frying pan on top of here, so we have to have a saucepan. Okay, so, right, kitchen makes me very happy. Let's make a little seat for the side of the kitchen, I think, here. I could turn it around and face it the other way, but I think I like it like that, and that way I can fit 2 stools here. So Olivia and her mum can actually sit in the kitchen and just chat while they're cooking. That is cool. All right, so 2 seats. I don't remember what the pink stickered bit came out of. Probably not a set with Olivia in it, but it just goes really well with the rest of our colour scheme. And I have to try and figure out how I can, I think we'll just keep the chairs tucked in when we're not using them, because there's not a lot of space in here. And this, we're going to use this as a kitchen mat. This is actually the tablecloth from the Organic Cafe, but the colours once again are going really nicely with the rest of our colours in the kitchen. Like the accent orangey yellow. Okay, all right. There's just enough room for someone to be in here cooking, and there's just enough room to sit on those seats. Perfect. Okay, we've got the kitchen ready. The other side's going to be the lounge room. And first up, we need the TV from the house. They're still watching the same, I don't know, music video as they were in 2012. It's nostalgia time. It's nostalgia Friday night viewing. And we'll put this TV together the same way it was originally. Though I think this yellow turny bit was actually a grey turny bit, but whatever, that's fine. Let's put that in. That's going to go into that window alcove. So that's going to sit back here. And because there's a tiny bit of space in next to it, in that section, we can put a side table-y kind of thing. A side table just to fill up that space. Gosh, I can't speak today. And put a token plant in. This is where I would have put the fruit bowl, but there just wasn't enough room. And I wanted a tall plant with an old style flower to pop in this corner. Look at all these things, all these nods to the old house. It's just making me feel so good and warm inside. I keep moving these stools around though. I can't figure out where I really want them to be. Okay, right. We don't have a lot of room left here now for an actual lounge room. So let's get some wall in and then see how much space we have left. So just replicating the masonry brick look from the other side wall. Then we might put a window in here. Will that work with where I want to put the couch? I think so. We'll figure it out. Yeah, now let's build the couch. And the original couch was this massive big purple carbuncle. We can't fit it in. It's just too big. It's like really big, too big for this space. So I'm making a modified version of that couch with the same color scheme and the same kind of rounded edges, but a smaller frame. So it looks smaller to fit a smaller space. So just one little couch seating here, and that can go in like that, I think. But then before we put that in, I want either a coffee table or maybe, no, we could put a little side table with these half round cylindery things. This can be a little side table right up against the wall, and it'll just be enough space to put a cup of tea. That's so perfect. This is just going to be so homey. So yes, that will sit right under that window, and then we can put our cup of tea on it and then put our couch in. That is, yeah, I'm really happy with that. That has filled up that space like it's full, but it just looks really cozy, but not too cluttered. It's cluttered, but not too cluttered. So let's fill up the rest of this wall now that we know what's happening. I'm not even going to put any shelving in because it will just close this whole room in, and there's already enough stuff in this room. And there's going to be, we're going to have to do bedrooms as well, and we're going to be putting plenty of clutter and nostalgic stuff in those too. So another little window here just to kind of add more light, because it's a very bricked in apartment. Yeah. Inner city apartment. We need as much natural light as we can get. Oh, there we go. I'm so excited by that. We've kept the colours and a whole heap of the stuff from the original house, but it's been modernized and apartmentized. Like, we've made it very small, very, very small to fit into a small space. Now, just getting all of these walls tied in so that they're going to be nice and secure, and then a dark blue line of tiles and jumper stud, like tile-y jumper stud things to put the next floor on, but be able to pop it off. And then I think we might be done with this little kitchen living room area. Oh, I like that. Oh, that big tall window on the side. Well, yeah, I need a bit of a textured piece there. I wish I had that piece in pink, but it'll do in grey. Okay. Did you notice these outward facing studs here? They are here for a reason. We're going to add, what do apartment buildings have? They're supposed to have fire escapes. So we are going to add a fire escape ladder. Of course, there's no way to actually get out there, but don't tell anybody. Fire escape ladder, so that it just looks more apartmenty, perfectly apartmenty. So this bit's going to go like that. And then we need this on the front. And we've got a spot there to put some plants. This is actually the fire escape from the Sesame Street build. It's just so perfect. But this was just so right. I've just changed up the plants a little bit. So plants on here, and then we need the bit that drops down, the bit of ladder that drops down. So a couple of different shaped claws for here, shorter claws, and a little bit of black ladder, and you can actually fold this up. It's so clever. Not my idea. I've just decided to put it on here. It's my idea to put it on. It's not my design, but it looks so good here. So we'll put these claws on here to stick it onto the wall. There we go. Now we've got a fire escape, which is what you need. You really need these. And it just makes it also look, it looks more like an inner city apartment building like this, an old school style, just like they have in the episodes. So this is supposed to go, let's see how I went. Just keep knocking that little bit of flower off with the Pet Adoption Cafe has got some loose foliage happening. This is supposed to go on top of the art gallery, and it does fit really nicely. And see this side wall with all of it, like Emma's art on it? Now we're going to be able to see it because it's going to be sitting away from the other buildings, because we have to fit that fire escape in there. I push it aside. I'm so excited by this. Okay, all right. Let's have a look. Let's pop it into line with the rest of them and see whether the architecture still works, even though it's not as modern as the other ones. It really does. I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. And we can slide a little bit of road in here with a crosswalk. Okay, all right. right. So yeah, I've done one floor. We're going to finish this upwards part of the building. I don't know whether I'm going to put one more floor on or two more to finish up Olivia's new apartment, but it's going to happen in the next video. You know that. There's no time to do it today. So make sure you've subscribed and click the notification bell, because I'm super excited about giving the new version of Olivia her own apartment building with her mum in the middle of Main Street of Heart Lake City. Why didn't Lego do this? All right, so that I could. Hooray. All right, check back in because that will come up very, very soon. And in the meantime, check out some of my other videos. There's so much to look at. Yeah, all right. See you soon. Bye.